How you going, guys? I'm just getting back streaming. I hope you guys can join me in the near future. But anyways, here we are at the AH-64D, and we are fully loaded. So we're just in my server at the moment. I've done up, and yeah, go out and find some targets out at waypoint 2, and if we have anything left over, we'll annoy waypoint 1. I haven't actually targets out, we're just moving trucks, so we're just going out to read trucks. We'll get something to fire back at us in the near future. On the server that I was going to try and get on, apparently 400 ping at the moment, so I'm annoying that server. I've been playing that server the last 4 or 5. But anyways, without further ado, jump on to the aircraft and see where things go from there. Right. Guess up. Right, we're all good. Pause that one. Set myself up. Alrighty. Yeah. Alright, so we'll close the doors. Bring up the... So stores, doors are closed, external lights, that's white and bright. Right, so, alright, rotor breakers off, pipe breakers set. If you on, tail wheel is locked, you are starting, and power is on. Go ahead and change the okay, TSD abilities, Doppler none. There, flights set low 55. Set high, I'm going to do 500. Below another 1000 backspace. And we'll set the pressure, which I think the limiter is 301. 301. 3011, sorry. 30. I don't want double dot. I want bigger. Alright, we got that going. So we'll head over to field, turn the field on. Do auxiliary, or C auxiliary. That's that. We'll just check the map. I'm going to change the map over to the satellite data. We'll go to weapons, foresight, hands. While we're doing that, start up engine 1. 2 can start up. Quite the master portion. Just check the engine systems. So what I'm looking for is above 20 on the temperature and below 70 on the temperature, below 70 on the PSI. Where I can rotor forward. That's 20, 20, 70. It's 69, so engine 1. And 2. Good, alright, we're just on the mid and opposite tabs. Let's see what he's done. Select weapons. And select good position pick so I can see what he's aiming at. Should be good. Got it. Alright, so we should have our satellite stuff up very shortly. We're going to go out and find some bugs to kill in our early morning. Autos on, that's okay. Right. Reset there. There's our lovely static objects there, sitting there chilling. The livery I'm using, if anyone asks, is my Australian livery. Tiger. Tigers, unfortunately, so that's unfortunate. But anyways, there's our map. We are good to go. Right, I think the wind's at the other end of the runway. So we'll just take off on a roll and take overtake off out to the training area. So going out to waypoint 1, which is Marshall, and looking out to waypoint 2, which will find our enemies. Ready, so the thing up on the top right hand corner. See it, left hand corner, I should say. Let's see you can see it. And EQ is still on. And if you're reminding me, EQ is now off. Ever so slightly, and up we go. Right, from there. I haven't done too much with rockets. I have fired them. I haven't done too much with them. just go out to the helipad. Helipad's out there, but that's alright, we'll just go to here. And we'll take off pretty much in this direction. Alright, off we go. Now to waypoint 1. I sometimes use dig with a different colour regime, just to check the field elevation around me as well. Sometimes I use dig, sometimes I use satellite. I don't know, whatever seems better to me at the time. Can't really be any higher than 500. We'll just come on down. Now we're out of the airfield's area, we'll turn the lights off, we're in the bad zone now. Don't want anyone spotting us from far. gotta say, they've done some really lovely detail in this bad boy. We're getting close to 1, so I'll just go RTE again. Select right to 2. Right, out here somewhere is our targets. Look at the map. Satellite data. Pretty much looking for like a couple of lake support type briefing. Can't really see that on the sticks. You can only go up to 25 on satellite. Go right now. I know what they mean by level of detail. The 2's out to our left here somewhere. So we'll see if we can tag a couple with him, and then I have some more targets over at 3. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do rockets and in the front. I know I can do it in the back, but I think it's a rocket time from now. See the town out there. I'm pretty sure that's where the targets are. Where the range is anyway. Targets drive around. How you going? Welcome to guys. Just going out to look for some targets around waypoint 2 and then at waypoint 3 and some static targets out that way. Go and do some shooting and then hopefully I'll got some jump to my own. We'll see if George can get all 4 of these targets. I think it's 4 or 5 out here. How you going, guys? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to go ahead and change the codes over. Otherwise, channel Rhino, those two. I'm going to change LST to Rhino. Yep. Hey, guys. bring it into a bobber shot as soon as I spot something. We'll see if he spots something. So we're going to come up to down to 500 feet and hold on. Truck. Alrighty, so we're on Bravo, we're ready on the missiles, we're armed, he's ready to fire. Nice slow descent down to 500. Bring back more. I haven't really used George on low L high trajectory. It doesn't seem to get the targets. So we're going to try and do them. Have a look down here, we've got a couple of trucks. They're slaved up. There they are, there's 3 of them. Oh, I think there's 4 out here. Technically, you should have fired by now. Alright, so I'll pull back, get into a hover here. Swap over and see what he does. No, he doesn't want those either, so we'll have to do the high trajectories ourselves. So pop out of there, pop out of there. There we go. Alright, so he's fired. If we have a look now, we should see the target explode on the screen and in front of us. He doesn't like doing low L's and low highs. We're targeting, he's locked on. Cracking. Flash one guy. Alright, take out a new truck. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to. He's not going to fire. I'll take over. There he goes, he fires. Let's see if I can jump in the front seat. Take over. I'll stable the aircraft there. Boom, there goes another one. And I'm going to jump in the front seat. I'm going to bring up George, tell him to go into Bobber. Right, I'm going to get rid of that screen. Turn the tabs on. Alrighty. Now the only reason I hate going into this, I'm going to have to go into controls in a minute and reset seats controls. So we'll do custom controls. Do that's going to seat occupy seat will set 3 for that one. So I think I've got something on 1. But anyways, alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and use tabs, zoom out, see if we can find it. Now you can use this, but it is daylight, so it's pretty hard to find it. That's alright. So just see if we can find some trucks left. We've got 2 trucks there. The other trucks might have driven off around the side, unless they haven't. Going right down. Going to TV. Guys, welcome to the stream. I'm blind as a bat. Right, they're still driving around. Or stationary somewhere. Still be there. I wonder if they are. Let's have a look. I didn't want to look at the map, but you can't really look at the map. Oh, I can turn the map off. Okay, so zoom in on targets. It could possibly be there. It's 1. Dead, that's 2 dead. Oh, they're not there. So they should be along that road, but if they're not there, they're not there. They don't stand out very well. So what we'll do is we'll get George to fly over towards those mountains. We'll set him into fly mode. So I'm going to head out. So what we want to do is we want to head out to map RTE, then a direct 8.3. Alright, so we want to go to 8.3. Map. Satellite. 250. We'll set that for 250. Could be 255. I reckon it might be 255. We'll have a look. Alright, so waypoint 3 is over the mountain, so we're going to have to climb a bit. I'll tell him climb up. But I would say probably about 1,500. If I have to take over, I will. Oh god. Yeah, that was George. Why on earth did George do that? Whatever. We'll go back and jump in another helicopter. That was stupid, George. Oh, it's full control. Hilarious. I trust George never. Copy. Decreasing altitude despite me telling him to go 1,500 feet. What an idiot. Absolute fucking joke of a guy. Alright, we've got our missiles still. Yep, good. I'm gonna skip everything for our final speed. Get the dog clock on straight away. Okay. Set the rate for waypoint 3 straight away. Select core side, hi-hat, primary up and secondary. And the hi-hats up, get the weapons, that sort of stuff. I couldn't take over for some reason. So we'll just do just controls again. Occupy the pilot seat. Go to CPG. 1 and 3. That's why I put an occupy because there's 2 different keybinds in the same fucking thing. Right, that's is on. Primary's on. Check out missiles in the front seat. Buttons. Alright, we go code. We're going to select Bravo. LST Bravo because there's a J-TAC out there. We'll actually keep J-TAC and LST because I'll be able to utilize him. Here's that over Bravo. Okay. Alright, done. Panel done. Alright, jump back in black seats. Let's see if George can do it again, shall we? Alrighty, so we'll just get rid of the iPads for now. Controls, what's going on here? Ah, my hands is there. I forgot I moved it. Alrighty, while we're waiting for that, we'll go fuel, auxiliary, light, back to low, pressure for the air, this airfield is 30.1. We can go ahead and set the buy as well. Select engines. Looking for under 70 and about 20 material. Engine 2. EPU off. Map. Current. And that. I think we'll fly out this time. PC. Weapons, KINGSTON, H.O.T.A.S, over to, that's it, just wait for the map to come up. Make sure the trim is centered. So we're just going to take it straight over these hangers and out we head off. So I'll leave the little left hand overlay up so you can see where my stuff is. Lights are all good, lights are set, and there we go. And the iHats back on. Right, we're up and going, set trim. Down for a bit of speed. Then center the stick. And over we go again. Get some more speed. Just before, that was because George just dove us into the ground even though I told him to climb. So I'm going to do the flying out here today, this time. And then we'll tell George to get in the hot blob up and they'll deal with some tanks. At the moment I think I just want to set it for static, but we'll definitely chuck out some BMPs with some missiles and stuff. We're just a little bit cautious. I think the Abrams out here, I think I've got Abrams, maybe Tigers, Leopards. They will shoot me with the main gun if I get too close. So we'll just snip off a little distance. Alright, so the red means obviously we're obviously going to crash. Set it for terrain. So I've set it for the aircraft terrain. I'll go map. Aircraft terrain. If I just go elevation, green means good-ish. Aircraft elevation means obviously red, we're heading straight for it. If it's grey, we're flying over top of it. Yellow means caution. So we've got a little bit of yellow on the outside. That's good. We'll fly over the top and we'll head over to the range, which should be this one. So let's redirect now. So direct, point 3. Wait, point 3 is just over the top. They're about 8 minutes away. Let's see if George locks up this time. Right, George. Can we fly straight ahead, please? Alright, so we've got George on. We're not going to use the IHATS for this one, so we'll turn him off. We're going to turn the master conditions on. We'll turn weapons on. We're going to go over to missiles. We're on safe and armed. We are now armed. We are lasing on Bravo. The missile is ready. Alright. Now we'll set our map to attack. So down here you have a map, it's on nav, now we have it on attack so we can do our low health shots. So we're going to go to directory, we're going to go high. We're going to have a high to directory. We're going to tell George to come left. A little bit. Hopefully he doesn't send us into the drink again like we did last pod. The only problem is when I go to jump back in the seat, it kind of a little bit hairy because he's re-trimmed it all for himself. As you can see, all the trims are in different spots now, and you can see on the top left of how he's holding the aircraft. So when I jump back in the sand, it's going to be all over the shop. So I'm going to bring it up to 1,000 feet. Before I jump back in, so I've got a little bit of a leeway to get the aircraft back under control. Alright, so we're going to use the J-TAC, the pads. Go over to TADS, go on TADS, IHATS, then we'll zoom in with there's those trees I was talking about, and set targets. You can zoom in there. 100% sure if I will be able to make it that distance. And certainly try. Nope, we're at 9,900, over 9,000. So once we get a little bit closer, we might be able to do something. Now I can't remember the layout, but that's how you kind of lock a screen. So you just find target. Probably should put that on a different button, shouldn't we? Alright, so there's a particular button that should be changed, so we're going to go and have a look at that real quickly. So we'll go to CEG. Alright, so that's the weapons trigger and first detail. So this button here, linear motion, I want to change that button to that's first descent, laser trigger. That's the laser range button. That's the slave button. Alright, so we'll get rid of the slave button. We'll put so we'll put that on button 2. We'll go up here and type in slave. Wondering if we have any. Okay. Slave. Put that on there. Backwards just. But that needs to go left a bit more. So we'll tell him to come to 700 feet. Tell him to slow down. Let's laze. Tell him to get speed up just a bit more. We're not quite at our destination. So we're starting to come down now at around about 9,000. So we'll get about 8,000 and then we'll come in a bit more. So we'll tell him to come down by. We'll go. Now, last time I said decrease altitude, he fucking dropped us to the fucking ground. So, we'll just turn that to HADS for now so I can see time. We'll zoom out. Leave it on TV, please. Oh, it's because we're not on the towers. Now you can use that, but it's too much. How you going, mate? Sorry, I'll now check the stream. Yeah, I know that, man. I'm setting it for high. I've got something on my sleeve. I do those low bowls with direct all the time. Time to do something a bit different. Right, so we're going to tell him to turn left a bit. Set it on 40. He is a bit slow when it comes to this. Unfortunately, it's very hard to do rockets and all that sort of stuff in the aircraft with him. Right, so we'll tell him to stop. Alright, there we go. Go on a hobber bobber. We'll stick it there. Wait until he is stationary. Right. Flare. I'm not going to laze that target. T1. Come over to T1, we'll select coordinates. Make that our accusation. Right, and we're ready to fly. We're on 5, and So, time of flight is 9 seconds. So the missile should come directly on top of his head. Maybe, we'll see. Boom. But that was an Abram, so unfortunately no. Oh, we'll fly again. Fire one more. Please. Time of flight 8 seconds. There it is. That was a low L high shot. Ah, sorry about the low voice, guys. I'll turn it up. For some reason, it is not going up in my chat. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Ah, my chat's finally working. I'll put it up there. Nope. I'll not put it up there. Can't see nothing. Yeah, my OBS chat's not working properly, and the one in YouTube is not updated. So I've lost that altogether. Basically, I'm just using my phone to chat. Remember? Because OBS is just not working. Can George use Hellfires in low L mode? Let's see, shall we? Do we know how low L mode works now? So again, I'll show you how to do it in our terms. So first off, we find the tank of choice. So there's our tank. We're going to lock that so the laser does not leave. Oh, our pads does not leave. Alright, so we're going to laser. We're going to store heading to, or store our target to PO2, the target number 2, coordinates, set. Target acquisition is 2. And then what we'll do is we'll fire, let the missile, sorry about that, just jumping around, sorting my hair out again. Then we would fire and let the aircraft do its thing. So, now the problem I have here, so while I let George increase his altitude, I'm just going to read some, just check how to get my chats back. If I go to YouTube and just watch my main YouTube video, there's my, for some reason, the one in, there we go, that one's better. Alright, yeah, so my YouTube studio is not on. Alright, so George, can he fire in a low L? So we're going to swap over to that. I want to go H.O.T.A.S. There we go. We're at 1,000 feet. Now this is the kicker. I want to make sure that I can jump back in and take over control. So ready, steady, go. Oof. And this is why I don't like jumping out of the seat and into the pilot seat. So let's see if we can get control back over. Looks like I have. I just need to increase the aircraft. So yeah, jumping back from the front seat to whatever, George has out-trimmed the whole entire aircraft, so you make sure you're high enough. Okay, like I was at 1,000 feet, I dropped to about 540 before I even got control of the aircraft, so yeah. George is a piece of shit, sometimes. Alright, so low L in the bottom right hand corner, we're going to go high to trajectory. So we'll see how he goes. Alright, so we're going to send him on a truck over there. So he's looking at a truck, okay. We've got him on standby, I don't want him to fire just yet. So I'm going to get control in our hover, so I'm going to bring the vertical speed into the center and, well not the vertical speed, sorry, the velocity vector into the center and my vertical speed on 800. I'm going to set that there. We're in a nice hover now. I'm going to turn towards the tabs on my screen and let him fire. Does he fire? Doesn't look like. Alright, so we'll just creep up and see what happens. But hey, it could be a bug. Technically, I would have fired by now. Well, technically I can hover just as good as George. It really depends. But you are fighting a computer, remember, so George can hover a lot better. So I'll set the trajectory to low and see if George fires now. We'll select truck 2. And he still hasn't fired. Alright, we'll set it to high, direct, and we'll go to low bowl. Let the truck off. Yeah, tabs, here we are. Alright, the George isn't firing at all now. Congratulations, another bug. So we'll just get close and see what happens. Thanks, man. A lot of practice in the last week. I also fly the Huey quite a lot, so I got a lot of practice out of that bad boy. Yeah, he doesn't seem to, if he does fire in low L, he just seems to rapid fire them and waste all your hellfires and doesn't hit anything that I've seen, but that was only a multiplayer service. So we'll just come up, see how low bowl, if even low bowl works. Now, just hoping that those Abrams don't fire at me, as long as we keep nice and fast. So he hasn't fired at all. We'll give him a rocket run and see how we go. And there's one down. Basically, I can control the gun at the same time. As long as we keep going, we're good. Hang on a second, what was that? I'll just put my thing. Alright, so we'll swing her around. We'll come back in. Then try this at home. Some rockets on some stuff, and then we'll see if we can get another low. But I don't know what's going on with his symbology at the moment. We can't get any. Not actually firing his missiles. Alright, we'll see if we can take out this tank. Whoa! Almost flipped it, guys. Almost flipped it. Bring it around. I don't know where his eye is. We're gonna have to go out a little bit before we can get him on rockets. We're getting too close. Yeah, I can decrease the engine volume, man. No problem. Where is the volume? I'll just decrease the main volume. There. If my voice is that's not too soft, I hope. I'm still tweaking OBS to sort itself out. Leave the trim there. Alright, so we've got a bit of a... Wait for that to come up. That's all good, mate. There we are. Bring it around a bit. Right, are we on a truck? Take the truck out, some rockets on him. So basically on this, you basically want to line the eye up with the TADs. That should be his job, not ours, really, technically. Boom. He still missed. Anyway, so I got him with that. Alright, so we'll see if George will fire some rockets again. Actually, I don't think George will fire his... for some reason he's not getting that laser back up. Alright, so I think that's because I've got it armed. We'll swing it around here. Set the trim. Pull it into a hover. Trim out. Center the start. Increase rotor. Keep trimming. Tank. Right, he gonna fire. Got laser on his low bowl and direct and not firing. Like seriously, something could happen there. Anyways, let's take over. old mate into hover bob up. Get rid of the my hands. Tell me to go backwards. Completely different person in the back, if you haven't noticed. He sounds different compared to what he sounded like in the front there. Alright, so we're going to turn TV off. We'll go to blur. So I'll show you how to use... Now we are pretty close, obviously. So we'll just go to add. So we're on LST. So we're going to go and use channel. 2 can be A. Set the missiles on. I'm going to go that. Let's go to channel. Let's change. We should be on channel 2 now, so we are using Alt. Now, if we aim at that smoke and fire that missile, should have gone down there. I wonder if we go code, it will go back. Done. Alright, so it's already tracking target. As you can see, we're not lasering anything, and it's already saying tracking laser target. So we're actually quite far off. So I'll jump down to 500 because we're actually out of laser range. We've got this range, we've got a pylon left. So we'll tell him to go back and to increase in altitude. Targets are just there. Oh, we're in trajectory high still, that's right. Well, if we fire, anyways. I'm not lasing. This will go there by itself. Obviously, H.O.T.A.S doing it for us. H.O.T.A.S up there somewhere. They just lays that target for us. So again, let's do high trajectory. Okay, so we'll take the code off Bravo. So yeah, we've come to the conclusion that George does not like going into low L. TV mode. Lock that place. That's waypoint. Okay. Coordinates for 3. Have fire place. We're probably too high for it. Or too close, actually. Yeah. I would say we're just too close. Because low high. I wonder what low would do. No, we're still on channel A, right? Okay, so that probably will go No, neither of them are going because we're not on the correct channel. We change out. So we're on B now. Okay. That's my bad. Alright, so channel's tracking, we're good to go. Fire. Point track, target 3, 2, 1. Right on top of him. Probably missed, I reckon. Yeah, we're too close. Okay, so you can't be too close using low L mode. So if we just go back to direct mode. Fire. Direct, so the side of the apron, or whatever it is. If you try and hit the front on, they don't seem to like it. Fire. That's our last missile. And critical hit on tank. Right, so again, all increase up to 1,000. And we'll take over from the seat, finish off with the rockets, because I think there's a couple of... So while he's increasing, on 2, is we'll have a look at the trucks over here. Now you can really do some damage with the hovering aircraft, the main gun. So I've set it for 3,000. So we'll go ahead and laze. As you can see, we're at probably about 2,000, so we'll see what he stops at 1,000 feet. So if you don't know where the laze is, next to TADS, you'll have a number. That's like a range finder slash laser thing. So we'll just zoom on in our lovely targets. So I'll just aim it somewhere in the middle, and we would say 1985, and we'll lock that in position like that. Position, just slightly unlock, lock. Okay, so we already said it's 1985. So we'll go down here to range. We'll go 1985. Now on the TADS, it is so easy to get targets from. Why am I double clicking? My mouse is stuck and I need to clean it out. Alright, so now we'll just go to gun. So arm the gun at 20 rounds, and as you can see, we're quite a distance away, and doing that with the hi-hats would be absolutely painful. But we'll see what happens. So you can see kind of the damage there. We'll set it again. We got one truck. Alright, so it's kind of aiming off to the left there a bit. And there we go, so we'll just bring, oh, right I should say, to the left of the truck. We're looking at it from its point of view. Oops, a bit off. So we'll just aim it in that triangle, as you can see. And it should be hitting the truck roughly. Yeah, we got another hit on the truck. So yeah, that's how easy gunning can be in there. So we're going to go back into the back seat now. Now this is quite hard going back in the back seat. We can drop out of the sky pretty easily because George doesn't know how to trim aircraft. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, back seat, taken over. Decrease the collective to get some rotor speed back up. We're good. Alright, let's see what George can do now. No, he's not going to fire, so we'll just send him over to rockets. So he says, I love rockets, instead of buzzing rockets, just like any other normal person. Anyways. Well, I bet you there's another truck. We've got a tank over here. A truck. So there's another truck. So yeah, it's I still haven't mastered rockets. But I do have the gun. Got effects on the target, he said. Good. Alright, so we've lost weapons there, but there we go. How many more rockets we got? We got 14 rockets left. Love to get some rockets up and then head back. Oh, hello, man. Alrighty. Let's go. See if we can get this tank here. Alright, let's go. Get this guy down here. Oh, look at that. Did he get him? Get him? Did he get him? And again? I think we're out of guns. Yeah, we're out of guns altogether. Oh well, that's it. I think, yeah, that's it. Alright, so we'll turn him off. We'll turn him off and turn the video off. So to turn video off, you go to vid, go to no video, and that's it. Set that back to engine now. Set that off to arm. We will get rid of weapons to fixed tabs. Okay, that's all good. We'll set RTE back to waypoint. Well, I haven't actually got a waypoint for the base yet. Unlike the other aircraft where waypoint 0 is actually a waypoint, the Apache does not have it. But I've flown this route quite a few times already. Hang back and head back in. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys, but that was a quick little one, and now we'll get some more tactics out and hopefully have low L shots a little bit more with George. He doesn't seem to want to do them, and those low L shots that we were doing before that didn't work was probably because we're too close. Low L is more of a distance shot, like sniping behind a bush. So the first one that we did was actually pretty good. So basically that's how it is. Low L shots are not only used from cover, they're also used to get your tanks, because shooting tanks from the side or the front, you have a tendency that these small, tiny hellfires do not want to penetrate the armor. The side you may be lucky, definitely the back, but if you face on with a tank, you're just going to waste your hellfires and it just won't penetrate the armor for some reason. You would think a big, massive rocket would, but they aren't that big at all. But that's okay. Apart from that, that's all it is. So I would say low L and low L, low and low L high for range, and your direct would be also range slash if you're on the move and you see a couple of targets out there, you're like, okay, how good are you at your TADs, mate, in the front there? George obviously not so much, but if you had a good person in the front there that can laze and lock on pretty easily, like this is nice and stable, aircraft's not moving around, he would be easy at the front there to laze up a target and off he goes. So we're pretty much stable, hands off stick right here, flying along. So yeah, but anyone that hasn't done it yet, so you have your early warning radar. As always, this only tells you if there's missiles in the air. It does not tell you about laser missiles, so any tow missiles coming towards you from a tank or a truck or whatever will not tell you, but any like heat-seeking sort of stuff, it may tell you, or heated up IR and all that. It definitely tells you. Now the problem is when another Apache sends a Hellfire out, this will pick it up. However, Hellfire is a laser, right? The TOW missile is also a laser missile, but it does not pick up TOW missile. It only picks up Hellfires, which is real weird. So you can get sniped by your TOW missiles, BFBs and all that. So that's that. Then you have your Jenison button for your flares. And if you have auto on, it's going to spit those flares out like crazy when someone sends off some Hellfires. So I always flick it to bypass for just to keep that 50 or 60 up where it is. So send some flares off. That's how you set the flares off. Now, a lot of people have been asking, how do I set chaff? Because chaff does not want to go off. Okay? And it doesn't go off in auto either. So how do you do that? So you come down to weapons, okay? You come over to ASE, you change that to arm, and or you can say it is safe. So if you set it to arm, you set program to manual or chaff. So if you set it for program, you can go to utilities and set your program up to whatever you want. But you have to arm it in here. You can't arm it up there because chaff does not work up there. But if you go to manual, go out. There's the chaff. So I hope that helped with you on that, because yeah, a lot of people have been asking that, how to set your chaff off. So yeah, you got to come into the ASE and click it to arm, and you click the program. Now the program will run. I don't think it will. Yeah, it'll only run if you have this set to auto like that. Problem is, setting that to auto with a lot of people in Apaches and multiplayer servers. Like I said, as soon as they fire one of them Hellfires, you're going to be spitting flares out like crazy. So yeah, until they fix that or whatever, and maybe there'll be like a data link in the future where you'll have friend or foe and all that sort of stuff. Maybe they'll sort that out. Yes, I do have a rain mission. Maybe we'll do that for our next one. So this is one of my early morning missions. I do have all the exact same missions, but in different weather configurations. So maybe the next one can be a rain one. We'll check that out the next time I do a stream. Just set this back to trim there. Oh, so I didn't watch the trim just then, so that's why it kicked me out to the left. So just checking that. Yeah, just double checking everything of it. All right. One last thing I want to do on this stream, we'll make sure that's safe. We're going to turn everything off because we are out of harm's way. But now, I believe we're out of harm's way. It is my mission, so I know it's out there. Alright, I'm going to set that back to engine. I'm going to re-trim because I'm using my left hand to fly at the moment. We're going to set this back to satellite, fly around the mountains. And we'll find the airport. That's it. Okay. We're going to set our lights to white and bright. That's good. We're going to set parking brake off. Check the coach checklist. Okay, so we've done the landing checklist. The AS is all saved and done. Ground override is off. ASE is as required, so we've already turned all that off. Tail wheels locked, which we know because it's cleared out. Parking brake released. LOS vertical on aim point of land, so that will be the. Here it is. The force trim button, press and hold, so you can press and hold the force trim, and I'll show you that in a sec. Collected below 20% of your thrust or our current speed, so 20% will be 23%. Descending at around about accelerating up to 40 ground speed on a position, and descending no more than 500 feet or less as desired. FPV slightly above, so FPV, pretty sure that I had. or you're slightly above point of land. Oh, okay. I know what that is. So you're you pick a point on the runway or the apron that you land on, and you just pick a point slightly above that point to land. So that way you land on the spot that you want. That's basically it. I'm not 100% sure what the acronym stands for, but that's what that means. Prior to descent, 50 or below for obstacle. So we can check the obstacles. The checks, Trimble centered, which is the ball in the middle of the I-HATS right there. Hover at 5 feet established, taxi, land. Right, so we're just basically going to come in and land on the apron. And hopefully we're going the right. I really do. Yeah, we are. Coming in and... Yep. Alright, so that's it. That's the checklist done there. Yeah, sure, mate. Do that. Yeah, the flight back is quite a long one. That's alright. We'll get there. We'll get it going. So we'll increase our speed. So as you drop the nose, you've obviously got to increase collective. So we'll increase our speed. Oops. There goes the rudder. Or torque pedals, I should say. Torque rotor. And there we go. Speed up. Now George does land. He does. Trust me. I have had him land once. If you haven't, it's bugged out. Or he just did what he did last time and just crashed into the ground. So that's no-brainer there. George is not as good as everyone thinks. But yeah. I have a feeling the reason why he wasn't shooting before, maybe because we chucked him in low L, and there is a bug with low L. Hence the reason why when we go back to the low bowl, it hence the reason why he wasn't firing. Even though I said engaging, there was no reticle square or the lasers or anything like that. We're actually arm still. Try to clean this mouse out. Ah, George is on arm, that's why. Alrighty. Gun was, there we go. AS is on. So he had full control over that stuff still. Alright, so there we go. We got the aircraft, the runway in sight. So we'll take the right-hand runway for this. So we'll set us up around 300. So we'll just stay at around 300 feet here. 300 to 500 feet. Now that in the I-HATS, that is radio height, whereas your altitude is AMSL. So radio height or ground height, basically how far away from the ground we are. Okay, so down there, that is how far away from the water we are. I actually haven't set that one yet, but I did set the one in flight. You can see it there. So we're 660 above ground, but we're 2,900 above the water. If that makes sense to people. In helicopters, it does. In planes, we go off at AMSL. In helicopters, we go off radio altitude, which will be just like some little radar underneath the aircraft, looking at the ground, saying, "Hey, look, the ground's like 480 feet away from you," whereas the water is 2,600. And you don't want to be using AMSL in a helicopter, especially when you're trying to hover and you're like, "Oh, I'm 2,000 feet, I'm good," when you're really only 450 feet. So no. Yeah, radar altitude makes sense. Alrighty, so we want to kind of decrease the speed. Now, I have done this quite a few times. My phone is about to die because I have the stream running. I've done this plenty of times, so pulling up in at 40 knot speed, pretty easy. Now that I say that, I'll probably crash and burn, but we'll see how we go. So we got two taxiways straight off to the right-hand side of the runway. That is my aim point. I'm going to pretty much like come into a hover and start taxiing straight away, straight down on probably the second taxiway. Because the helicopters are just over to the right there, as you look. Right, so we're going to start descending really rapidly quickly now. We're going to pull back on the stick. Keeping that 300 there. I'm using my collective to maintain height while I'm lowering the speed. So the wind's coming in this direction. However, when I tell the Hercules to take off, they go down the other end and take off. That's weird. Maybe they can take off with a bit of a tail. Alright, trimming out. So you can de-trim if you want and hold the trimmer in. I tend not to. That's just me. And there's the second one. And it's like me playing pool, telling you where I'm going to put the black ball. That's pretty good. Black ball, back pocket, left. Alright, so basically we'll head over here. Now I could be smart and try and park up next to the Apaches, but I'm not going to because I haven't done it yet. So don't want to make a fool of myself on my stream. Alright, so I'll say an altitude low because that's the low setting that we had, and it will only set around about 3 to 4 feet before, about 5 feet before your actual low altitude, which we set for 25. If you set it for 30, it'll be 35. 35, it'll be 40. So around about that, that's when the alarm starts sounding. Some people set it for 50. I set it for 25 because that's roughly when you start leaving ground effect. About 25. Alright, we're going to retrim there. Follow the yellow line around. Slide across to the yellow line and come to a hover. Go to the right, that's green. And we're going to do it again. Alright, there it is. And there's the yellow line and touchdown. Alright, before you shut down, APU on, APU start, tail wheel locked, parking brake on, back to engines, let the aircraft stabilize, rest of that, set the map back to chart, the next person. Alright, everything's stabilized, engines down, go that. Get rid of the I-hats. Go down. Brake off. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, and till next time. Maybe next time we'll have a bit of rain or do a night mission. But from there, yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. See you. Bye, guys.